It's time now for Maple in the Morning with your host, Stacy Maple. Maple in the Morning is heard here on WPCR and WPIB radio at 10 a.m. and features guests excelling in their business or organization, local government officials, and those making news around our area. And now here's Stacy Maple with Maple in the Morning here on WPCR and WPIB radio.
Good morning. I'm Stacy Maple with Maple in the Morning on WPCR, PortClintonRadio.com, and also heard on our affiliate station, WPIB, Put-in-Bay Well, for many, many years, more than a century, Miller Boat Line has been transporting people back and forth to Put-in-Bay, which, we all love Put-in-Bay. We love the Lake Erie shores and islands, but Put-in-Bay is such a treasure and such a gem. And Miller Boat Line has really been such a great resource for people to go over and enjoy that island for a long, long time. And today I'm joined by Cheryll Rose with the Miller Boat Line. She's with the Marketing and Group Sales Division. So good morning, Cheryll.
Good morning, Stacy.
So glad that you could join me. We have some fun things to talk about, a couple of big announcements from Miller Ferry, and I think you're just the woman to do it. I hope you think so.
I hope so.
Well, let's see. Actually, starting today, you have a brand new announcement that you're making about how people can access your ferry schedule and find out more about what's happening with Miller Boat Line. Tell us about this new idea with Alexa.
Well, starting today, you will be able to ask Alexa for today's schedule. So the first thing you need to do is say, Alexa, enable the Miller Ferry skill, and then she will enable it. And the next thing is, Alexa, ask Miller Ferry today's schedule.
That is so cool.
And Alexa will read you our schedule.
So no more do you have to go to the website and type it in and wait for it to pop up and everything. It's right there. You just walk up to Alexa once it's enabled and ask Alexa, ask Miller Ferry today's schedule, and she'll automatically tell you today's schedule.
She will. She will tell you all kinds of great information about today's schedule and our GPS address, and still that one of the best resources to find us is millerferry.com. But Alexa will be able to tell you what the schedule is today.
That's really cool. So right at your fingertips always. And again, millerferry.com has all the information there. It's a great hub for your business. It has so much good information, not just about the ferry tickets and the schedule and directions to how to find you, but you can also find all the links for all of your social media, Facebook, Instagram. You guys are on everything, it looks like. I tell you, you guys must be busy over there in marketing.
We are plenty busy, and all of our different social media outlets keep us busy, but we absolutely love to see people's photos. And one of the best ways for us to find you is to hashtag Miller Ferry or hashtag Put-in-Bay. We're on Twitter at Miller Boat Line, and we're on Facebook at Miller Ferries to Put-in-Bay and Middle Bass Island.
That's awesome. So, and it looks like, can you guys still boast that you have the shortest ferry route to the island? Is that your claim to fame?
Yeah. We do have the shortest ferry route. And we're only an 18-minute trip.
Wow.
It's still the shortest route.
The shortest route there. And I have to say, I was looking on TripAdvisor today, and you guys are very, very reasonably priced, especially compared to other markets. You guys are really, really reasonable. So not only is it a short route, but it's an inexpensive route to get there.
Absolutely. Our adult fare is $7.50 each way. Children 6 to 11 are $1.50, and under 6 are free. Wow. And pets ride free as well. We do end up carrying quite a few dogs on board as well, as long as they're leashed and maintained to the lower deck.
Wow. And now what about vehicles? You not just transport passengers, but you transport vehicles as well. What's the pricing and structure for that?
So the price for vehicles, it is $34 round trip or $17 each way for a vehicle. And then you also pay for your passenger fare as well. Coming up soon, as you know, is Ohio Bike Week. So starting Wednesday, we will be running special fares for motorcycles and passengers during Ohio Bike Week. And you can find more information on that at millerferry.com.
And it looks like you also have a special. Bike Week is not just Bike Week, it's Memorial Day weekend up here. And you have a nice way to pay back our veterans. Tell us what you're doing.
We do. We want to thank everyone for their service, and for active military and U.S. veterans, we are providing free passenger transportation on Saturday, Sunday, and the holiday Monday. So come on out and enjoy the islands.
That's wonderful. What a great way to give back to our veterans here. And like you said, active service people as well. And then there looks like, I mean, on your website, again, there's so many great activities and great events coming up. But one that I happen to be especially fond of is coming up on Saturday, June 9th, and that is the Put-in-Bay Music Fest.
It is, and we're very proud to be sponsors of that music festival. It's such a great event, and the venue is absolutely perfect to be there on the grounds of Perry's Memorial, which is also now open to go up in the observation deck. They just opened on Saturday, May 19th.
Yeah, many people may not realize it was closed all of last season for some repairs, so it's nice to see it open again.
Absolutely. Our visitors love, that's definitely a must-see when you come to Put-in-Bay.
Of course. And so that actual event, the Music Fest, takes place right there on the grounds around the monument?
It does. And it's just a great place. You can hang out on the lawn, and they have different activities for kids and music lessons, and there's cornhole set up that people can do all kinds of activities during the day while they're listening to some great music.
So that event, again, is going to be on Saturday, June 9th from 11 to 7, right there at the Perry's Victory International Peace Memorial, right there, the big monument, right down in Put-in-Bay, right down along the grounds there. There will be bands playing. Looks like there's 6 bands. There's corn toss or cornhole, as you said, food, beer, wine, of course, free music workshops. What's the Guitar Hero?
Guitar is like the video game Guitar Hero.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I was intrigued by that. I didn't know what that was. Okay. Guitar Hero, the video game. Okay. Souvenirs, t-shirts, and hats. So it's a full-on festival. How long have you guys been doing this?
Actually, this is just the second year for the Music Fest, but it was a wonderful event last year. So I think it is definitely going to become an annual staple for Put-in-Bay.
Fun. And it looks like of those 6 bands, if I can read them off here, I'll try to get them right. Looks like Swing Mania, School of Rock, Hillbilly Casino, Reese Daily Band, Groovement, and Low Down Brass Band with MC Bob Gatewood. There we go. Got the whole rundown. Again, that's a full day. That's from 11 to 7. That's a lot of music. That's a lot of fun.
It is, and it's free.
Oh, even better. There's not a lot of wonderful free activities like that around. And it's a great excuse to get out to the islands. I think weather and Mother Nature's finally going to cooperate, and we're going to see some of that summer that we've all been longing for.
Yes, I think we're all ready for that.
So what other big news do you have? Anything else coming up? I happen to know one thing that but I think that's a whole season off yet. In 2019, you've got a new project and something you're going to be launching.
Yes, we are building a new vessel. It will be the 5th in the fleet for Miller Ferry, for Miller Boat Line, and it will have more lower passenger seating and inside seating. The vessel will be approximately around the same length as our Put-in-Bay vessel, so we'll be able to take around 28 vehicles and approximately about 600 passengers.
Wow. That's a large vehicle. Or vessel, I should say. Yeah, very large vessel. So for those, I guess I find it hard to believe that someone hadn't ridden a ferry, especially since we live up here in Ferryland, of course. But for those who maybe have never actually boarded a ferry, tell us about the actual experience. What can you expect? What should you bring with you? What are some of the do's and some of the don'ts?
Well, always remember that it can be a little bit cooler on the island. Definitely pack your sunscreen. We hope for sunny days ahead.
Be an optimist. Take it with you.
Yeah, take it with you and your sunglasses. When you board the ferry, you just simply go up to the ticket booth, you purchase your tickets, you get on board the next ferry. The Miller Ferry never sells out for passengers.
We do not. Good to know.
Yeah, we don't time our tickets because you can just get on board the next ferry. We have very high capacity for passengers, and so we make sure that we can accommodate everyone. And if it gets too busy, we just put on another boat. So we have that ability to do so.
So how long should someone, especially we'll talk about passengers, how long should you give yourself? How much time do you need between when you leave the mainland or maybe when you leave home, actually, to get out to the islands, when you're going to head on out? How much time do you need?
Well, we like to say be there. I would plan to be about 20 to 30 minutes before the ferry that you're planning on catching. If you visit millerferry.com, on our directions page, we actually have a link to our parking, and it shows the 5 free parking lots that Miller Ferry offers. There's also paid parking in the area, which averages $5 a day. But once you park, then you just purchase your ticket and get on board the next ferry. So you want to give yourself a little bit of time. You know, parking is something that fluctuates. So you might see, if it looks full, people will be leaving and you can get their spot. And it's just a cycle. Plus we run every half hour. So if you miss a boat, there's another boat right behind it.
Other ones are coming. Now, where actually is the ferry? Where do you catch the ferry out here in Catawba?
We depart from the end of Route 53 north on the tip of the Catawba Peninsula. And our GPS address is 5174 East Water Street. And it's actually Port Clinton when you're GPSing it, because Catawba does not have a post office. So therefore we're just a township and you actually have to put in the city.
Okay. That's good to know. And again, if you head out on 53, don't you just kind of run into you eventually?
You do. You come to the end, you get to the end, there's a stop sign, and if you look to the right, you'll see our ticket booth and the dock, and then all of the parking is just surrounding that area. It's
really, really easy to find, I guess is my point. You can find the Miller Boat Line very, very easily, and there's lots of free parking, like you said, which is another great perk when you're taking a ferry over to the islands. When you actually arrive on the other end, where do you dock? Where do you come into the island?
So we dock on the south side of Put-in-Bay at the Miller Ferry Limekiln Dock. When you get off of our ferry, there's golf cart rental right there. There's also a depot with the downtown bus and taxi service. So the downtown bus is $2.50 per adult, and with the Miller Ferry ticket being $15 round trip and a bus being $5 round trip, $20 gets you everything you need to get to Put-in-Bay.
And that round trip is quick. Put-in-Bay is not a very big island, so that trip from in the bus from the dock to the downtown area is just a few minutes, right?
Absolutely.
And it's actually it's kind of a nice little break too. You can get yourself ready before you hit the downtown area and find your friends and everything else too. It's kind of a nice little trip over there. And of course, like you said, you can rent bicycles and golf carts and all those things too if you don't want to take the bus.
Absolutely. And then the golf carts give you the option to explore. You can create your own adventure. And if you visit millerferry.com, we offer over 100 coupons for things to do on the island, be it golf cart rental or tours or the various attractions to the caves and putt-putt. And another thing that's starting up for us will be the Put-in-Bay Family Fun Pack. That is something that we do with Island Transportation. So it has the Miller Ferry ticket. It has the bus to downtown, the island tour train, Perry's Cave, Putt-Putt, the Butterfly House, Heineman's Winery and Crystal Cave, and the Lake Erie Wildlife Museum. So you have all of those attractions in one adult price of $50, or for children, it's $21.
Wow. So again, I go back to the fact that your website, this millerferry.com, is such a great hub because you can get all that information there about all these different things to do actually on the island. You can buy tickets there in that package that you're offering, and you can kind of get everything in one stop. You get the directions. I know you have the weather on there. You have upcoming events on there. You have the schedule for the ferry itself. It's just there's so much information there on that one particular website.
Yeah, it's a great resource. We like to provide as much information as we can for people that want to actually plan a visit. It's a great resource to find lodging and events, as you said, attractions. We even have an interactive map on our website, so you can check the box of what you're looking for, and those locations will pop up on the map, and you can kind of see where everything's located.
Again, that's millerferry.com. I'm speaking this morning with Cheryl Rose with the marketing and group sales for Miller Ferry, or for Miller Boat Line. And they also have a Facebook page. It's very, very active. Lots of great social media sites, too, that you can find right there on the website. And if you're going to be posting some photos, make sure you use the hashtag Miller Ferry or hashtag Put-in-Bay so they can find you a lot easier. And we're kind of talking a lot this morning about the ferry line, but one major thing we want to make sure that we let everybody know is about Alexa, and that little device, that little Alexa dot that lots and lots of people have in their homes and people are giving away, and you're hearing more and more about. If you don't have one, you will soon, I'd imagine. And Alexa is a wonderful resource, again, to ask Alexa questions and she can give you information. And starting today, you can find out about the Miller Ferry schedule by asking Alexa. Again, Cheryl, tell people, if they're just now joining us, about how this is done, and if you have an Alexa or plan to get one, how you can enable that skill so that you too can find out about the ferry schedule.
So Alexa needs skills to know what kind of information she's looking up. So you would say, Alexa, enable the Miller Ferry skill. She would enable the skill, and then you could say, Alexa, ask Miller Ferry today's schedule. And then she will give you the provided information on what schedule we're on, what we're running, what trip times are. Once again, she'll go over a GPS address for people that are trying to find us, and then also give you the website of millerferry.com.
Always direct you back there. And again, you only have to enable that skill one time, correct? This is a one-time thing. Enable, it's almost like setting up an app for better, maybe just kind of a layman's way of looking at it. You're setting up that app or enabling that skill on your Alexa so that from there, every time you go to it and you ask, it knows the latest information. Whatever Miller Ferry has put into that skill, you're going to be able to access that information right there on your countertop or wherever you may have it, maybe in your bathroom, wherever it is, you can find out about the Miller Ferry schedule. Just that easy. Again, you'll just say, Alexa, ask Miller Ferry today's schedule, and she will tell you. It's an amazing time. The technology that we have now is just phenomenal. So it's kind of fun to be a part of it.
It is. It's very exciting, and it's definitely been a learning experience. And we will be unveiling more Alexa skills shortly in the near future.
Ooh, a little teaser there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So you won't just have that one question. You'll be able to ask some others then as well. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes, that's what you're hearing. We're going to provide more information to people about the island, and we will be announcing more skills soon.
Awesome. So make sure if you have an Alexa, go ahead and enable that skill so that you can find out information about Miller Ferry, the schedule, and it sounds like there'll be some other skills you want to enable later too with Miller Ferry. One more thing that we make sure to let people know, since this weekend is Memorial Day weekend, free transportation on the Miller Ferry for veterans. What a wonderful way to say thank you.
And active military as well.
And active military too. And that's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of the holiday weekend. Again, go to millerferry.com if you need some more information. Cheryl, is there a phone number that people can call if they have questions?
Absolutely. They can reach us at 1-800-500-2421. And one other thing I wanted to mention about this weekend is if you do visit millerferry.com and look at that event this weekend for Memorial Weekend, we have also gathered all of our partners' offers as well. So you will find a full list of ways that we are just so grateful for our military and our veterans. So thank you again.
So go to millerferry.com. Take a look, especially if you're planning a trip, whether you're coming into the area or you live here. It sounds like it's worth your time to take a look at millerferry.com. And again, if you are looking for a quick, efficient way to get out to the islands, always consider Miller Ferry. They're the shortest route to the island, and they've been around a long time. It's a great family-owned company that a lot of us are connected to in lots of different ways out here. They're locals, and it's a local company that gives back to to this community, just like they are with the Music Fest that's coming up. They're the major sponsor for that. And there's so many things that Miller Boat Line is a part of. So give them a try if you haven't before. It's a quick and fun way to get out to the islands if you're heading out there. It's a good way to start off.
You're right. The fun starts while you're getting there, is what we like to say at Miller Ferry.
That's very true. Again, go to millerferry.com if you need more information. If you're going to be posting some photos, make sure you use the hashtag Miller Ferry or hashtag Put-in-Bay. You can find them on all sorts of different social media sites. Those links are there on their website. Information about tickets, location, ferry schedules, some of those ticket packages that Cheryll was referring to, events calendars, all sorts of things. So again, go to millerferry.com and hopefully we'll see you out there on the island, Cheryll.
All right, sounds good.
Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I'm Stacy Maple with Maple in the Morning on WPCR, PortClintonRadio.com, and also heard on our favorite island, WPIB, PutInBayRadio.com.
You've been listening to Maple in the Morning with your host, Stacy Maple. If you missed part of today's show or would like to hear it again, Maple in the Morning is available on demand at PortClintonRadio.com or WPIB.com. Join us again here at 10 a.m. for Maple in the Morning with Stacy Maple on WPCR and WPIB Radio.